Yo, what's good, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of TheStankCast. I'm your host, HamStank. They're your co-hosts.
Yeah,
Cowie and and Ryan Dow. Say hello, everyone.
Hello. How are we?
People?
What's happening, everybody? It's been another week. We've been doing loads of stuff going on in the world of jiu-jitsu, in the world of East Coast Submission Grappling, and even in our little family, our little team, our gym family.
Mm-hmm.
We had a wedding celebration this weekend. Big up to Shannon Tay. It was big celebrations there. We all had a good time out celebrating with them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a funny story actually.
Well, what part?
Brother being the flower girl.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It just goes past everyone's head. Forget that happened. Yeah.
I called it a flower boy, to be fair, and I was told it was a flower man, so it's fine.
There you go.
You can be whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
It's 2025, bro. Honestly, do what you need to do. But you and Stu made it your own.
It was tragic, but I was told as camp as possible, so
Is there gonna
that's
be
exactly what I gave it.
I think you ticked the box. Like.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
It was the little
Yeah.
Taylor's face.
It went too fast, so I was like, he's getting a pirouette and a wee flowers over the head there on there. Yeah,
I hope there's going to be a wedding.
yeah,
video.
there is.
That's
There is,
gonna be
yeah.
lit to see. I don't know how many people.
I'm actually not that keen on seeing it, but it's fine.
Just get drunk.
Back coming out to Backstreet Boys being rough.
Get drunk again for it.
Oh,
So
man.
you can watch it
again. Set up a couple of whiskies for the replay.
Whiskey Ravello and just check it out. But yeah, we had that going on. We've got a few comps coming up. So can we throw away with whatever we've got going on?
Okay,
You know more
okay.
than I do.
So-
the itinerary for the gym.
Yeah, we've got going on. There's actually a match for Liam that's not been announced yet, so I'll not
Is that the
announce that
combat
one. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'll not announce that just now because
Don't jinx
obviously,
it.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, hopefully Liam's got something good coming up, and then the boys are away to Amsterdam from the
Mhm.
2nd to the 4th.
That's next
Big
month,
big
isn't it?
Rise competing as well, big
Is
man.
Not nervous at all.
First trip back to the competition scene for a good while. Like,
I
How
think
long
it's
have you been out of the game now?
Generally about 3 year, I think.
3 years since you
For
left.
4 year maybe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I competed twice in
I can't
my
wait
like.
to get to that point.
Yeah, no, you don't, because there's the expectation to do well, but also the nerves of being rusty.
Yeah.
But
I put that expectation to do well on myself. Anyway.
he has the
Yeah,
expectation to do well. I have a desire for him to do well, but
Yeah,
no
yeah,
expectation.
yeah.
That's all.
for the record, there's no pressure at all.
No, not at all.
It's just all
That's all for the
self-inflicted.
cameras, by the way. If you lose, then out of the
Yeah,
gym.
delete
That's
these.
not part of my team, man.
Yeah. No, I think
We're leaving him in Amsterdam. Eh?
I think I could.
Joking, just by the way.
You get a job with the red light district for sure. Sorry
Nah,
for
not-
keeping it
No,
up.
no, it's alright. Let me show how nervous I am, guys. No,
Go.
I'd competed twice in like the first 6 months of doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Got rinsed. Well, no, went 2-2 over 2 comps.
That's not bad.
The first one was Brighton. Travelled 11 hours, got 2 matches.
Oh, that was rough.
Yeah.
Oh, lost them both.
No, I won one with his coaching actually.
Mhm.
Oh, fun.
Although the entire
Back
match,
then, I'd only been training for a couple of years, maybe like 2 to 3
Yeah.
years.
I watched it again because it's on my Instagram. I just
Mhm.
uploaded the entire thing, and
Is
the
this the one where you were relentlessly attacking guillotines
yeah,
again?
I just 3 guillotine attempts, and the entire time Craig's going, right, pass his arm round and go to the back. And I was like, nah, and I did it in the last 30 seconds.
You
Luckily,
guillotined
no, I got the back take in the last
okay,
30
so
seconds.
points win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was just
Bro was locked in
relentlessly-
for the guillotine the whole match. He's like, I can't give up on this.
Yeah.
Nah, he did what he needed to do. The boy wasn't expecting the back take.
Well,
He'd
yeah,
been-
well.
he'd been stood like that.
But I even watched it back, and like you call it, and I do grab his arm, but there's like 30 seconds in between. Like
Mhm.
the guy, I spoke to him afterwards. He was nervous as fuck as
Yeah.
well. So I think he was a bit like shell shocked.
Yeah, yeah.
So an
I
easy
got a guy like that.
easy win, but
Shell shocked by the gilly master. That's what it was. Fucking hell.
fucking rip it. No, so
So that's where the whole Gailey Ryan comes from.
it was. I
And the
kept,
fact that you won't stop doing them in the gym either.
but positionally now that's I've changed my game.
Yeah, we're working. It's fine. It's a whole thing now. It's okay.
My first 3 months, I thought my neck was going to get ripped off by this guy. Honestly.
One trick pony. No, it was the. I think it was because starting at an MMA gym, I was getting taken down all the time, and it was the one thing that I kind of felt like I was getting a hold of. So,
Fair, yeah.
but it was a bad habit for like 2 years of like going for it and then burning my arms out and getting smashed for 5 minutes.
Put it
So
in a worse position.
yeah, pretty much.
To be fair though, I think you've rounded out pretty well. Like we've actually got like a decent guard now.
Yeah.
You can actually play guard, decent guard retention. You've got some other stuff, so there's no issue with like then leaning into it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They say you're meant to play like jiu-jitsu to like your personality and like what you like enjoy and stuff like that. And if it's the way that you like, then there's no point in not taking the opportunity to lean into like giving you a really good like front headlock series where you can start working stuff, which you have been doing. So
I'd like as well. There's a lot of times during rounds now where the round ends and someone goes, "Oh, that was really tight. Why did you let that go?" And it was like, because I was gonna burn my arms out if I didn't let go. And I'd rather have a chance later in the round than burn my arms out.
Old Ryan was sitting here going, "Jump the gilly, jump the gilly,
squeeze, get the arm."
So.
But yeah, no, that'll be good. That'll be good. I think we've got you're there competing. I think Karis has tried to enter, see if she's got any people.
She's up and walking again, is she?
What?
She's up and
yeah.
She trained last week.
She trained. She just has to go kind of light.
Okay.
Like, doesn't go too hard in the rounds and stuff.
Yeah.
So she's hopefully competing. Ryan, Liam, and then Blair from the jungle. He's coming along with us as well, so he's going to be competing.
That'll be something.
So yeah, it'll be decent. Like
that'll be good to get one of the jungle. Is he just going by himself?
Yeah, he's just going to come along with us.
That's slamming to get one of
along
the
with us.
jungle boys like integrated in with the.
Like, see, he wanted to come along
squad.
and do it, so it was like, well, if we're all keen to do it, might as well you can just come with us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
then 26th of April, Liam and so far Logan, they're booked in for is it the Caledonian Open?
Yeah, that's about
Caledonian Open, so that'll be a good one. That'll be Logan's first like competition.
Yeah, he was asking me if I was going to come down to it.
Yeah.
Oh, I said I'll go down and watch it.
Will you?
Yeah, probably.
I think it's on a Sunday, so
What's
think
the
so.
date?
Yeah.
26th
Of
April this month.
at the end of this month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm off. That's the last weekend of the month. I'm off that Saturday.
Oh,
Sunday.
beautiful, mate. That's good.
Yeah.
So we've got that one. Let's say that'll be Logan's first comps. That'll be sick. Good again, just more experience as well for Liam, and then all to build up towards again, like we previously spoke about the June the 1st, Empire Grappling first competition in Glasgow.
Yeah.
And I think we've got about six people in for that now.
Okay.
About 6 or
Really?
7 people in for it. Big Ryan and Liam.
Nice.
I need to speak to Ryan again to make sure he's. We were speaking to him about it last night, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's forgotten to actually finish his entry. So Liam, Ryan, I don't know if other Liam's doing it or not, but Logan's in. Stu is touch and go. Kyle was going to, but obviously he's been off with the surgery on his arm.
That's right. Yeah.
So I don't know if he's.
Kyle B, is that who you run with?
No, not Kyle Beatty.
Who?
Kyle. Why have I forgotten his last name now?
So have I. I've pulled a blank.
Kyle Bailey. No,
Bailey.
Kyle
That's
Bailey.
right.
Yeah, fucking.
Kyle
You
Ba-
totally sent me off when you said
There's
B.
a-
I was like, wait,
I
hang
didn't
on.
say B, I said B.
There's
Just-
a,
I was
Kyle
gonna
B. All right, yeah.
That threw me off. There's a Kyle Beatty at my work as well, so I was like,
I just
That's
think-
what I
just
thought
think
you
Kyle
said.
B
Yeah,
for-
you.
I didn't know his name
No,
was
I
Bill.
thought you said
meant-
BT, and that's why I was like.
I was wondering
So
where he
but-
was because obviously
Nah,
I missed the week. So
He's
I
had a
didn't-
problem with his arm for like a long time. It's not like a
Right.
gym thing. He's had a problem with his arm for a long time. He just finally got surgery on
Ah,
it, so he's
okay.
not been training a lot. So he's not sure. I think Karis tried to get some matches. I think she's going to see if anyone, because obviously it's quite difficult getting like female matches,
females,
and a lot of them seem to enter. So, but there has been a lot of females as of like over the last year that have gotten their blue belts and stuff like that. So hopefully a few of them will jump in.
Never mind getting one your weight, but like just being a female's hard enough. Innit?
Yeah, Logan's going to be in
Mhm.
that one, and then who else is in that one? I think there's one or two other people as well, and then there'll be a big team from the jungle too.
oh, did you not convince Gruff on that one?
Yeah, but he isn't entered yet either. So
Ah,
I'm
He's
okay.
somebody
to
I'm
see.
really excited to see compete.
He'll be
Yeah,
good.
right.
He'll be
He'll
good
be
to
good.
I'm really
compete.
excited to see what he actually does when he's there. So bloody strong, man.
Oh mate,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sat here thinking the whole time. I was kind of like looking through you the whole time you were talking there, and that's rude. But I was thinking like I'm off that date. Maybe I'll just register for the company in a month. But we'll see.
you heard it here first.
Yeah, you said it.
Let's go.
Yeah, but
It's
the
official.
thing is, right, everybody knows I'm flaky. Like I'm up and down. I'll say yes to
Nah,
Yeah,
the
but-
thing is,
but-
you make a big mistake because I can register you for things on Smooth Comp, so I'll just put you in.
I was
for
going
it.
to say,
Have you ever got to pay for it? Are you?
I can be flaky as
You
well,
wanna
but
bet?
If it's paid for, you be as well show up, so just commit to it.
I'll probably because I'm off. I'll definitely go down and watch. Like who's going? Is it Liam, Logan, you, and Karis? I assume.
Yeah,
I'm night shift, so I won't be there,
I
but
think Karis will come down.
I
but
just
yeah,
normally
yeah.
does, so I just assumed she
It'll be
would.
minimum me, Liam, and Logan, but Karis will probably come down too. So you just slip yourself in for that one as well, and we'll see you on the 26th of April, chef.
We'll see. I'll have a think
Right.
about it.
yeah, he said it.
Yeah.
I'll have a think about it.
Think about it
I'll
right
get
now.
back to you. I'll get back to you by the end of the week.
Play a game of chess for it.
Done.
If I win, you have to go.
Done. All I need to do is wait you out. I mean, wait till you
wait till I get bored.
wait till you get bored, and then I'll win.
I always do that. I always play really well at the start, and then I get bored. I'm like, fuck it. And then
I just takes forever and wait for him to get bored. He starts making mistakes.
Nice.
I'm not smart enough to beat him.
yeah, but there's something for it now.
yeah.
I'll be fucking locked in, brother. I'll be double velo deep.
Sleeping by halfway through.
Well, there's I was going to say earlier when we were going on about Ryan and how he's rounded out better, and well, even like since I first started like 8 months ago, you've got to put some of that down to like actually like. Do you do like some revising at home and stuff? Because there's more times you come in where you're watching stuff these days, and I don't mean just like Instagram reels and shit like that. You know where, because obviously there's only so much Cowie can coach when you've got night shift and all this stuff where you can't come in 5 days a week. So like even since I've started, you've rounded off a lot more. I was wondering if you watch stuff to round that off.
So not specifically jiu-jitsu stuff, which I've been doing a lot more recently, but it's a lot of times you watch UFC and someone hits a really flashy move and I'm like, well, if it works in the UFC then it must be a jiu-jitsu thing too. So a lot of it comes from that.
He's gonna rock up to this comp and elbow someone. I fucking seen UFC.
Deep. But no, so I see a lot of it through UFC and I watch that like religiously, like you know.
Week, yeah. We'll get onto that later as well.
Yeah. But as well, there's a lot of times like you were giving me specific people that are doing these things, like the whole guard passing or guard retention thing with Diego Pato. So I was looking up more specifically, watching his old game, and there was, I think it's from a YouTube channel called Motorsport. They did like a 40-minute video on him.
Shout out them.
Yeah. Which was really good, and it covered like his guard stuff, and there was some. It was all gi related as well, but I think it crossed over quite well, and there was a finish that he always goes for. I can't remember exactly what it was, but and I've not like pulled it off, but even just watching that was good.
It's plenty of body styles as well, and like his kind of game, like it works for the gi, but his guard game is like you say, it's interchangeable because it's a lot of like he plays like a lot of like choi bar leg entries and stuff, like choi bar to leg or choi bar triangles and stuff like that. So it's like stuff that's really like approachable in the gi, in the no gi as well, because it's not necessarily reliant on like having grips or anything like that. So it's something I tried to put onto a few of the people as well. If you're trying to improve, like Diego Pato and Levi Jones-Leary, like the two best guards in jiu-jitsu just now, in my personal opinion anyway. So for like depending on your size and your build, like especially for what you were needing, Diego Pato was definitely the best way to go around trying to like build that up. And I think because we've worked on it for a while as well, and you've actively been putting yourself in the positions in the rounds to get working, so it's good.
That's the thing, is like with the comp coming up, it's like I was asking you, is like, can I sit guard? When there's specific things with that, but then also I don't want to.
The coy smile from Cowie.
The answer I gave him was but don't.
yeah, exactly. No, but it's like, at least now I know that if I'm, well, of course you want to like stand up if possible, but if someone's like right on me as I'm still on the ground, I'm at least a little bit more confident as such. But
my thing is, for like a white belt, you should definitely be like, you should be trying to play top the whole time,
You should.
and then but it's good to have it so that like if it doesn't go to plan, you know that your guard's safe, you know that you've got the retention until you can eventually maybe build up, find the rest up, find the sweep, and then carry on working from the top, if you know what I mean.
No, exactly.
Is that a case of, because so if you're saying for white belts to stay more top dominant or top pressure, is that more because you're more likely to make a pass than you are to make a reversal or a sweep?
It's probably easier to rack up points. Like, it's not necessarily easier, I don't know, to like score individual points, like, but it's much easier to like rack up your points. Like, I would say it's harder to get like, it's easier at the start of a match to initiate and get like a takedown, a pass, dominant position. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas getting a sweep and then into a pass into a dominant position is going to be harder. And it's just that guard's just more intricate. Like, there's more to guard. It's more technical. It's easier, in my opinion, it's easier to make mistakes playing guard.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you make a mistake when you're passing, and like, there's usually certain things you could do to clear away, especially stuff you get away with as a white belt, because you can almost just fucking, especially in no-gi, you can almost just sort of like rake yourself out of it.
Yeah.
But in the guard, if you make mistakes, someone's chest to chest and they're on top of you, and then if you sort of like lose it a little bit and you kind of panic a little bit, it's so easy to then just position. And I think it's more like jiu-jitsu as well. It's more, the idea is more based on top position, like proper like old school original jiu-jitsu. The idea is to be the top guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, the guard's there, but as far as I see it anyway, the idea is to be the top player. And like, if you can get yourself a solid top game where you know your passing's good, it's consistent, you know you can solidify your positions, then you can start going into the more technical game of like playing the guard, trying to hit those positions, submissions from the bottom, sweeps, all those kind of things. And then because especially nowadays there's much more of a leg game related to guard as well. Like there's much more play. People used to sort of be like there's upper body and you play normal jiu-jitsu and then you get legs. But it's like nowadays you're seeing people using the leg entries to find the rest. Do you know what I mean? Finding leg entries to get sweeps, to get up to different positions. So it's just, for me, I think it's just a lot wider as a game playing from guard. Do you know what I mean? So if you can get good playing top, solidify your top, and show that you're good, then eventually you can then start working guard and things like that. It's all dependent on body type too. Like there's certain people that are just always going to have an inclination for guard, like by body type and by personality style and stuff like that. They're always going to be more suited to playing a guard game. But then as long as you can get a general top game developed, then you can then start, do you know what I mean, worrying about that stuff. But that's just like I say, that's my opinion.
I think
everyone has the different view on it. Yeah.
I think that was the issue with my first few comps, is that I was doing a move that put me on bottom and then had zero guard game. Yeah. So then I was fucked.
Let's say in white belt, you should have something from the bottom, but I think it should mostly be understanding how to wrestle up. And then it should be basically like ways that you can just clear out and get back to your feet, like escapes, positions that you can clear things, get yourself out of trouble, and get back to your feet and work the top game again. I think that's more important than being like, oh, can you show me how to hit this like fucking, you know what I mean, berimbolo and shit like that. Like it's nice and it's fancy, but the fundamentals and the top game are going to be more successful for you, especially at an earlier. Even when you see it nowadays, like you see people like Andrew Tackett and like the Rotolo brothers and that like play so much top game, and it's like it's a hard one because it's a cliched one, because I think in the last Euros, like the Gi Euros, I think most of the winners were actually people that pulled guard to begin with, like they pulled guard into other stuff, but then that's getting to a much higher level. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's when you're at that point where your game is so well rounded and you should have good enough passing that you can afford to play from the bottom, if you know what I mean. But if you can play from the bottom and not the top, you're sort of like limited. Whereas if you can play from the top and not the bottom, at least you can try and clear yourself out and like make spaces to get back to your feet again. You know what I mean? Like jiu-jitsu doesn't work if you just stand up. So
yeah. Well, there's that wrestler guy.
Yeah, actually, that guy. Yeah, hey, right. Actually,
well, it doesn't. Yeah.
Derek Lewis. That's his fucking motto.
I was kind of thinking about the guy who went.
Craig Jones has got a whole instructional on it. Do you know what I mean?
Just stand up.
Yeah, literally just stand up.
I was thinking about that guy who just launched everybody in trials. He just threw them the whole time. Who's the boy? What's the boy's name? Oh,
in trials.
Donny. He's an American Donny.
And he was
just launching people about the place. And
you know about Nicky Rod?
No. Right. He was just launching people about the place and getting the takedown points and letting them stand back up and do it again. You've said it to me before.
Did he not versus Luke Rockhold at CGI? What's his name?
Oh, the MMA guy. He was a wrestler.
Yeah, it's a wrestler.
Yeah. I was actually just watching him. I was watching CGI. The highlights, the matches from CGI, and on Luke Rockhold.
Well, that's who I was on about. Yeah. That's who was going through my head when he said stand-up doesn't work with jiu-jitsu. I was out.
And that's, like I say, at white belt, that's a solid game. Yeah. Like, that's a solid game like Ben.
Yes.
Ben's first few competitions, that was it. It was like blast double, guard pass. If the guard pass doesn't feel like it's clean, fuck them off, get back to your feet, blast double again, George. Or at least like double legs, single legs and stuff like that, because as you say, it's much easier to... That's why you see wrestlers that come in and they like make such a big show of it, because they come in with such a high level wrestling that you give them enough jiu-jitsu that they understand what people are trying to do to them, so they can keep away from it, that they can just basically implement the wrestling, just get them down, and he's got a hold of something, right, fucking rip, clear out, restart, you get to your feet again, perfect, let's go wrestle again. You know what I mean?
Start all over again.
That was their Pat Downey.
Yeah,
I was thinking Patrick. Pat Downey, yeah, because
he also did Jason Wolf. He was in CGI as well, and he kind of had that as well. He had a match against Ty Rotolo, and that's pretty much what he was doing. He got some really fucking sick takedowns on Ty, but then obviously Ty ended up getting the... I think he rear naked choke him at the end, or Dars choked him. Caught him either way. He subbed him like in the last round, if you know what I mean. But like I say, you see these people. Nicky Rod obviously came in with such a high level of wrestling, and then came in, and because of his size, he knew the general concept of jiu-jitsu, so he was able to just like rag people around. Basically, is that
why he got to that level so quickly? Because he was.
That's why he won trials at blue belt. Do you know what I mean? He won trials at blue belt because his wrestling was good enough, and he was such like a physical specimen.
Did they do it over there at college and in high school?
He was like D2 or D3 wrestler, so he wasn't like top level. But obviously, if you've got enough of the wrestling since they were kids, and if you've got that level of wrestling, that level of like cardio, the strength that comes with that, the like the dog in you that allows you to just fucking keep on going. It's like you can sort of like nullify that someone that wants to play a nice technical jiu-jitsu game by just fucking
smashing.
Do you know what I mean? And just like launching them about and knowing that you've got the cardio, but that by the end of that 10 minutes you're like, I could go 10 minutes more, and they're like, fucking hell, I'm normally used to just fucking trying to hit a couple fucking inside ashes or something. Do you know what I mean? They're gubbed by the end of it.
No,
so.
these boys look bred for it though, don't they? The boys like Nicky's on nice.
Like, see, when you teach people that do like wrestling, when you teach them like how to take the back, rear naked chokes and Darce chokes, they just start fucking decimating like Michael Pixley. He's got such a good Darce choke, and that's what he does, just fucking throw someone at their face and instantly Darce choke them off the back of it, like blasted Nicholas Merigali's shoulder to pieces because Nicholas Merigali didn't sort of respect his takedowns and sort of was like just playing and like just kept on just allowing himself to be in the position to get thrown, and then he just launched him, blew his shoulder to pieces, and Darce choked him. And everyone's like, fuck, you got smashed by a purple belt. You know what I mean? Because he was meant to win. Like, the worst thing about that was he'd pre-posted already so happy to be 2 times winner at ADCC, won the under 99 division and the absolutes, like so proud of this moment, blah, 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 because he was that confident he was going to win it, and he didn't even get into like the semis because he got dropped on his fucking face and Darce choked him.
Horrendous, but you absolutely deserve that. You're frightened that up. You deserve that. I couldn't be happy for that, actually.
That's fucking class. Fuck that guy. Well, not a lot of people like Nicholas Merigali. He's very split down the middle, to be fair. So
yeah, people respect him but don't like him.
As far as gi goes, like, he was like, especially when he was mainly doing gi, he was like the undoubtedly the best gi grappler in the world. Like, he just was. And then when he transitioned into no gi, just did so well because it's so, like, when people are being like, oh, gi isn't fucking transferable to no gi, but like, shite, absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
Same for when people say it's not realistic. It's like, well, come live in Scotland and tell me that gi's not realistic when I can't walk around with trousers and a jacket on all the time. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, if you're from California where everyone's in shorts and t-shirt all day, then fair enough, that might not be very transferable. But here, I can assure you, gi, if anything, makes more sense than no gi does.
Yeah, because people are always wearing. Yeah, you're right. Actually, didn't think about it that way.
There was a video. Somebody puts their hands on you, and they're wearing like, even if they're wearing like a shirt, so they stick their hands on you. Like, oh, brother.
I'm sure there was
thanks for the collars.
There was a video of a UFC retired UFC fighter who basically just like held someone by their hoodie. He grabbed the hood and then turned it around, and I don't know if he had the bottom or something like that, but he just basically restrained this guy using his hoodie. And it's like, imagine, well, we're all wearing them, so
yeah, exactly. You're like, as soon as you're wearing anything that's like to here and to the bottom of your leg, you're instantly susceptible to all gi grips. Like, instantly you can start using gi grips. You know what I mean? So
you try all you want. I'm still not going to enjoy it.
It just takes time. You get into it eventually.
Time to bring skinny jeans back.
Yeah. So you can't get grips. Skinny jeans and tank tops. Not this part.
What do you mean bring them back? What?
I never threw them out.
Still got my chinos. Yeah, but there's we'll move on from. Is that all the gym stuff? Or is there more?
I think
that's the majority of them.
That's the majority of it. Yeah.
It's good to see some of the boys taking the competition route from the gym.
Actually, one thing as well that on that is actually, you're just saying it's good seeing the boys take the competition. One thing was just a mention of that last sub-series event with when the Jungle Boys were competing down at sub-series, and Dell was in that under 75 kilo tournament. Yeah, that was one of the best things to show like the level that we're like working towards, because Dell he was in those matches. That first guy he beat, I believe, was a brown belt, and then the second guy, the guy that he had the match with, that
Dell not just got put to purple.
Yeah, literally just a fresh purple, and then the match that he lost, but I can't see how he possibly. Well, I can see how he lost it, but it's not fair in my opinion, because they were basically doing it like by submission attempts, by like, and right at the end, Dell went in on like in on the boy's leg and was like trying to find a heel hook, and the boy basically like put on a toe hold and a knee bar, but like was basically just turning and pulling, like there was nothing on it, like it wasn't coming on. Like Dell was still trying to go at his leg, and his knee was cleared and stuff, so it was never going to come on. But I think they gave him like basically 2 points for those sub attempts, so he ended up going ahead of Dell for it. But that guy was a black belt, one of the top black belts in the country, and obviously realistically pretty sure he beat him and stuff like that as a fresh purple belt.
Right,
so
pressure was put on him by a fresh purple.
Yeah, so it's like that's just one of those things, almost like a shout out to to Dell and the boys at Jungle for that, because that was fucking like really good to see, and that's something you can't deny that. Do you know what I mean?
So obviously, like, you know the level when you go up to the Jungle, you can see just like the step up in class and what the boys do there. But then you really, when you go out and do that, that's when you hear about it and everyone else gets to know about it.
And then everyone in the UK that's involved in jiu-jitsu gets to see that, and they go, "Who you fucker?" Do you know what I mean?
That's big up for them.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're done, we'll move on from the gym stuff. There's also big UFC event this weekend that we had to talk about.
Hyped for that one.
Yeah. Main event is Lopez and
Volkanovski.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm shiting my pants for it. I can't lie.
You think Volk's gonna lose?
I don't think so, but it's like when you watch like footage of the two of them, like the little mistakes that Volk makes are definitely the ones that Lopez are like where he
jumps on.
excels. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like the little moments where he kind of Volkanovski has these wee drop offs is the bits where Lopez fucking like launches himself into stuff, and it's just a scary concept. It's just I don't know if I can take seeing Volk lose again, especially not to
Lopez,
fucking
yeah.
well tonight. It's really gonna kill me. I can't lie.
The only
that's amazing. Well tonight.
the only counter to that is that where we've seen these holes have been. So I think Islam 1 Volk could have got the decision.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then Islam 2 was on very short notice. So he wasn't really very prepared, and then even the Ilya, he took that. I think far too soon after getting knocked out to Islam.
Yeah.
So it's like hopefully time off equals less holes.
You'd hope so.
But yeah, I don't know. Lopez is fucking on fire though, so it's.
If you were to take like, I know it's kind of a stupid thing to do, but if you were to take Volk's last 3 fights out of the picture, and you were to give Lopez to Volk 3 fights ago, would you be worried?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
I think.
That's what I'm thinking. Like if you were to give,
If you ask that,
3 fights ago.
Volkanovski, I'm 100% convinced he decimates him.
Yeah.
But
So it's just because of like, look at the level though. Like, took Islam the second attempt of fighting him to figure him out, and Ilya, like you said, right after the KO. So
but we're in this like,
Yeah.
we're in this like set just now of like people like champions like losing. If you know what I mean, you've got like Adesanya.
Yep.
You've got fucking thingy from Birmingham.
Edwards.
Leon
yes.
Edwards.
Yeah.
Volkanovski's lost his one. Do you know what I mean? We're in this little like fucking situation where all of us millennials are getting our total dreams shattered because we're watching all our favourite fighters just not being able to quite pick it up and keep up with this like sort of new wave of like fighters that's coming in, if you know what I mean. And it's just, I don't know, it scares me.
The one thing, I mean, we'll get onto it more specifically, but the Paddy Pimblett's been going on about like it's time for he's been calling it the new guard and the old guard. Like he's fighting Chandler, and
he's
it's
going
like
to be Chandler. He's going to be the next fucking gatekeeper for the
Yeah.
top 5.
but it's
that's
just
not
like,
a bad shout, to be fair. That's something I could see Paddy doing.
yeah.
I don't know if I think he's good enough. I think Chandler hits too hard.
That's what I was a bit of a question to you. If Paddy was,
Because Paddy gets hit. Paddy gets seriously hit, and Chandler hits real fucking hard. So
I was going to put that question to you, is if you thought Paddy was the real deal or not.
yeah, who was it? Paddy. He got like
Tony?
rocked in by Tony in the fight before that. Whoever he was fighting, he got proper rocked, and that's when after it he was like, "Scousers don't get knocked out," and then whoever it was interviewed him was like, "Well, you almost did." Like,
I'm trying to think. He
Was it
had
not the boy that did the split?
Jordan Levitt.
Yeah.
So-
John Levitt.
But did-
yeah. So did
no, because
he
he beat Jordan Levitt.
He
Yeah,
subbed
no,
him.
But got rocked by him. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
but
I don't
got
know.
rocked by him and then he
No. It was Jared. Got Jared Gordon.
Oh, Jared
They had
Gordon
that fight. He
won that
cracked
fight.
him and just about put him out. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I remember.
So it's like if somebody like Jared Gordon's managing to nearly put him out, like if Michael Chandler lands a couple shots on him, he'll be very lucky to get back up from him.
Yeah. I do think though, jiu-jitsu wise, if he can get Chandler down for especially that first round and hold him down, then it's just an easy three rounds.
That's the hard thing though. Like Chandler's got
so
serious
strong.
good wrestling, seriously good wrestling. Like so whether he can keep him down or not.
Yeah.
But Chandler does tend to have a bit of like I'm just going to get up somehow, which is when he'll probably maybe leave like a wee gap for him to catch a sub or
I
something.
think he's
but
good. Paddy's good at catching subs in like transition.
I'm just not. I don't know if I think he'll be able to get him down as a problem.
Yeah, I
I think
mean,
Paddy's definitely got the edge on IQ. Like if you go fight IQ,
Yeah, but fucking
yeah,
when it comes
Chandler's,
to fight IQ, a donkey's got more.
yeah, Chandler's Neanderthal when it comes to
Yeah,
fighting.
that's what I'm saying. So like Paddy could probably find something or sets Chandler up for something, but like you said, Paddy gets hit so much that you can't see
Yeah,
Chandler
he's
not
got a
land
limited
big
amount of
shot.
shots he'll be able to take from Chandler before he's fucking
I mean, even if
on the
he,
mat. Yeah.
even if he does make it through this fight, that's like damage you do not want to be taking early.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a toss up. I think it's either Chandler flash knockout or Paddy sub.
Yeah,
somehow.
I don't see it going the full The full because what will be is it co-main evented at 5 or is it still 3 rounds?
I think it's still 3.
Yeah, so if it's 3 rounds, I can't see it making it to the 3rd round. I'd be surprised if it gets to the end of the 2nd. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very, very likely that Chandler KOs him in the 1st round, but it's also very likely that Chandler tires himself a little bit out, and then in the 2nd round, that's when Paddy gets him to make a little bit of a mistake, and he catches him. Unless he tries one of his wee flying triangles, in which case I think Chandler will just slam him off the back of his head.
Definitely will slam him, yeah, for sure.
5 round fight.
5 round. That's not making 5 rounds. There's not a chance that's making it 5 rounds.
Paddy's first 5-rounder.
Yeah, but he was Cage Warriors champ, so he's got 5-round experience.
Yeah.
My bets are either Chandler KOs him in the first 2, and if it goes anything past that, he gets subbed by Paddy Pimblett.
Okay.
That's going to be my bet on the thing. If it's inside 2 rounds, Chandler KOs him. But if Chandler doesn't get him KO'd in the first 2 rounds, he's eventually going to get subbed.
Just don't get KO'd, mate.
Man's trying to set him up. Please. Annoying though, because I really like Paddy Pimblett. Like, I actually really like him as a person and stuff like that. Same for Michael Chandler, but probably prefer Paddy.
What I was on about with the old guard, new guard, it's like currently, I mean, I don't see Islam going anywhere anytime soon. No. Like, he'll retire, I think, within the next 3 years. Then you've got Poirier's leaving. We've got one more fight and he's retiring. Gaethje's also going to be on his way out. Oliveira, I think he'll fight for a while. Sarukian is still right at the top. So it's like there's like a running theme of like new contenders not even making it into top 5 because of those 5 people just keeping them out. But
that's probably the hardest top 5 of the divisions. Like 155 probably has the roughest top 5 to try and break into, considering that's who's in it.
I think as well though, like morally, like if you didn't make it into the top 5 by beating one of them, it's kind of like you've just had to wait for their retirement.
Yeah, did you really get there, or was it? Yeah,
it's like I kind of have that opinion with this Volk and Lopez fight. Like, Ilya's vacated, so I know one of them's going to be a champion by the end of it. But it's like Ilya still exists. He's just went up a division.
Yeah, because I'd put my annual salary on Ilya beating Lopez. Beating Lopez, like.
My annual salary.
Yeah, genuinely every penny of it on him, like all on red for that one, like for sure.
You can't. If that's the case, then you can't be that worried about Volk. Surely you don't think? I think.
Yeah, but Ilya,
damn,
fucking.
Yeah, I know he did, but
really
I think Ilya's such a big guy for that weight as well. Like there's a reason he's vacated. You know what I mean? He can't make that weight anymore. He was a big Donny for that, so there's no doubt he was at least 15 pounds heavier when he got in the cage.
I think he's just so like well rounded.
Yeah, he is.
Like, Ilya's a fighter. It's like he doesn't have gaps. Like, his jiu-jitsu is ridiculously good. His wrestling's ridiculously good. His striking's ridiculously good. As my phone died. No. Oh. So I can't see anybody manage to find gaps. And Lopez sometimes like kind of wins by being a little bit like wild with it. And I don't think that would fly with someone like Ilya. Ilya's too technical to be like looping shots and stuff like that without either getting taken down or getting crumbled in the face. And Ilya has got some savage power, ridiculous for his weight.
Yeah, for the size of him.
Because Islam, I seen Khabib was doing an interview where he said that basically Islam's not fighting Ilya because he thinks it's ridiculous that Ilya gets the opportunity to come and take a chance at the title without fighting anyone at 155. He didn't even like it when they gave the opportunity to Volk to fight him again, because he was like, they shouldn't have had that opportunity because obviously he didn't prove anything after being beaten, if you know what I mean.
I think he did prove it.
I do, because I think he, like I say, you could have said Volk won that. Like, do you know what I mean?
I think that's
it was just a lot of control from Islam, if you know what I mean, which is meant to score like the lowest on the judges' scorecards.
It was meant to be stalling, kind of.
I think that's just teammate bias almost. Like, the fans and the company knew that Volk deserved another shot. Just maybe shouldn't have been on fucking 7 days notice.
As far as I'm concerned, if you are the champion, you should get a shot at the champion of another division if you're both keen for it. Do you know what I mean? Because why not? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think when they've not done it to people, they've done them a bit dirty, like when they done it to Max Holloway and they made him fight. Was it Justin Poirier? They didn't let him fight the champion. They made him fight him first or something like that.
For an interim belt at the time.
Which so like, it's different, I suppose, because it's for the interim belt, I guess. But
and then he went on to the BMF one, did he not? After that,
with Gaethje, that was that's the thing. Ilya was calling for a lightweight title shot after beating Volk, and I thought that was way too soon. But when he did what he did to Max Holloway, I was like, fair. Fair go up.
savage. You see, like our favourite fighters get like crumbled now, and it's really, really like saddening. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
really
saying.
is,
It's proper
like-
disheartening. The generation of MMA that we came from. It's like just seeing them all lose now. You're like, oh god, please just retire.
Yeah, please stop getting your head beaten.
Still winning. Yeah, don't get your head mashed in anymore than you need to.
Yeah.
It's always going to be like that though. The more MMA develops and the more martial arts get like intertwined into it and stuff like that, the generations are just going to keep getting
Of
better.
course, yeah.
Like when you look at the people that were the best guys in the back in the day, like fucking
In the early
Chuck Liddell
2000s,
and all these kind of shit, like these guys would get fucking
were
rinsed
just
by the
brawlers.
guys of their age now.
They wouldn't make it in the top 15.
Some of them at the time, maybe into the top 15,
Rampage
but yeah,
might.
you wouldn't be winning fights.
Don't worry about it, mate. We're correction, so. Yeah. Rampage, mate. I feel like if he was still in this day and age, he would probably still do some damage.
Just like a massive wily
Bro's-
brawler guy.
Bro's
yeah.
just scary, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's just scary.
Yeah. I kind of jumped to the top of the card there, but there's a few interesting ones. There's Bryce Mitchell versus Gene Silva.
Oh.
I think they won't.
Bryce Mitchell kind of pisses me off these days.
Is
Yeah.
he not the one that?
Bro,
Is he
just
not the one he
shut
said that he said that looked in his eyes and he thought he was a wyvern.
No, I've missed this.
I don't know if it was maybe him. It was maybe one of the fights before, but I seen a clip and he was like, when I stared into his eyes, I could see in his eyes that he was a wyvern sent from the third layer
probably.
of the fucking thing. I don't know if it was maybe AI. It was maybe AI
Well,
like making him even more wild than what you thought.
I'd
but-
believe it because they have had a face-off. This is when I think one of the last podcasts I got it wrong, thinking this card was coming up because they were doing all these face-offs.
Yeah.
But Bryce Mitchell went heavy on the whole like he's Satan. He's got Lord tattooed on his stomach because he's a phony and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
I just hate all that shit, bro.
He brought the
shit.
Bible in that last time,
Just
man.
shit.
Like, in his
With
last
Dan
fight, waving
Ige.
the Bible, like.
Oh, man, that was, I remember watching that with you. That
crazy.
was awful.
Yeah, but
Crazy.
I
He
honestly
thinks the world's flattening at him like that. though.
I know,
he's
just
a
on
fucking
shut
savage.
up.
it was the interview. No, so it was. Do you know about his first podcast that he did?
The one about where he was talking about
Hitler.
Hitler and the Nazis. And
Yeah,
everything.
it was called
And he got rinsed on.
Oh, what
other
did he
social-
say?
Yeah, he.
Oh, bro, you've not seen that.
I can't
probably
remember.
have,
It's like
everything
45
up.
minutes.
Oh no, I've not.
Get the headline.
I know the one line that tells it all. It was that Hitler seemed like a good guy. I'd go fishing with him. That's what he said.
Yeah. Bro.
So this is on his first podcast.
Dana White the next week at the press conference got asked about it, and what is it he said? He said Bryce Mitchell's a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
If we don't believe anything he believes,
Yeah.
something like that. Something along
it was
those
rough.
lines.
But I think this Gene Silva's coming from that fighting nerds gym, and he's smoked everyone. So I think they genuinely want to put Bryce in a fucking home and like ruin his life.
Yeah, he just stopped this crazy
Well,
guy
as well,
from being in the
he's
UFC.
just coming off of the Josh Emmett knockout, and they've given him a similar.
You're not hearing the shit this guy's already saying. He's already fucked up.
Yeah.
He's
Oh yeah.
already got brain damage.
Yeah. The fact that
Yeah, only CTE can do that to you.
yeah. The fact they're giving them Gene Silva, I think they want him hurt and out of the UFC.
Damn.
I like Bryce Mitchell as well. Before he starts, he just starts saying mental shit after maybe like 6-9 months. ago. Just started coming out with loads of mad shit, and it was when he came in the octagon with the Bible.
Yeah.
After that was like
Walking down the thing like.
yeah. It was during the Palestine thing or something as well, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone was doing the Free Palestine thing, and they were all coming in with the flags, and he came in.
He came out singing that Richmond and North.
Yeah,
North,
oh,
North.
like
that was so
screaming it because
Yeah.
he overly sang the bit where always the bit when they say which politicians
say
look out
something
for
about
minors.
minors,
And
yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
look out for minors, screaming it with his
thing-
Bible. The
thing is, him
awful.
that fight it couldn't have been a worse opponent for it because Danny Ige is like super tame, super nice, religious guy as well, and he came out as if he was like fighting the devil.
Yeah.
Like what you
He
doing?
always seems to do that though. He always seems to come and be like, I'm on Lord's side and these guys are evil, even though the guy could be like church every Sunday night. And he's like, no, you're a phony though. Fucking mental.
I don't know if it's him trying to build a fight or if like that's what he's trying now to do to be more like the whole what's the guy's name? Everyone hates him. Oh my god, what's his name? The wrestler, he fought Leon. Oh my god,
Bilal.
no, Kobe Covington.
Kobe Covington.
Everyone
okay.
like.
Oh, yeah.
I
I don't think he's trying to be like that. I think he's just
Do you
fucking
think he's
mental.
just- yeah,
I think
fair.
he's just tapped.
That's fair,
Like
yeah.
he's a proper hillbilly guy. Like
Yeah,
I
he
think
is,
he's
yeah.
I think he's just been left to his own devices for too
Yeah.
long,
He's
and
got-
he's gotten too caught up in his conspiracy theories that are way too far out there. Between that and being a religious guy, I think it's just
One
he's,
too many
he's-
punches to the head.
he's cooked himself. Yeah.
He's got like a long highlight reel of like wild shit he's done. Like I remember watching one of the embedded videos, and it was of him in like a background or like a rental of a backyard apartment, and his coach was burying him in dirt with like sage fucking swinging above his body, and I'm just like, whatever religious practice you want to do, cool, but that seems mental. Like it was trying to like ward off evil demons.
Might call it my missus here, but she walks around the house with sage.
Oh god.
Like burning.
Yeah, but in a religious way, or is it for? I don't know if that's better. Is it just for energy?
Yeah, it's for
to get away negative energy.
It's to clear out negative energy.
Does she have rocks as well?
No,
doesn't have a.
They're called crystals.
Yeah, rock gals.
I've never seen anyone do that before. So when it first happened, I was like, damn, okay. But it actually smells really nice. So
Yeah, fair.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
fair.
It's a big lumpy thing, and it's like huge. It's wild.
Yeah, like all
and,
tied together.
Yeah, and they do it like round the doorways.
Get it all smoky and stuff.
Yeah, they do it round the doorways and everything. It's weird, but each their own, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just cook with my fucking herbs, like
Yeah.
whatever.
I just cook with them, do you?
Oh lord.
You do in Amsterdam, man.
Strictly bevs, nothing else.
6 at TSL.
Yeah. There's another good one, Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. So Pitbull's coming from
Is this all
Bellator. Yeah.
That's a good pretty
I looked through the...
Is he the bald-haired tattooed guy?
No.
I don't know who it is then.
There's Patricio and Patricky Pitbull. They're both from... Or they're brothers, but they're from Bellator. But he's coming over now, but he's...
Is this his debut?
Debut, yeah. He's 37-year-old though, so it's like they've done it way too late for him, I think.
They've done a Ben Askren.
Yeah,
maybe he was making
essentially.
loads of money over there though, and like didn't want to come over. Like,
Yeah.
Sometimes you can make loads of money at Bellator and stuff if you're like, if he's a champion or something.
Now he's made his money.
was
He's
a
like, fuck it,
champion,
I'll
yeah.
take a crack at the UFC
Why
now
not?
that I've thingied it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can make loads of money fighting people that are worse off than you're a
That are
champion.
not UFC caliber.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that one's a good one. I've always loved Yair. That was like my go-to guy that got me into the UFC.
Yeah,
or like
okay.
started off with it.
Is this like a test to see if you is still in the?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who
Top
mine
10.
was? Who got me into the UFC? Chael Sonnen.
Really?
It was
That's
Chael Sonnen
great.
that brought me into the UFC. Like,
his YouTube channel's amazing.
I started
Yeah.
watching UFC right as it was coming to his first fight with Anderson Silva.
Okay.
And he was my favourite fighter,
was
obviously,
a
because he
great
was
one to
and I
watch.
was honestly distraught that he lost that fight. Given the whole, he only lost the round.
Yeah.
Mine would have to be Anderson Silva, to be fair. I don't remember really watching UFC up until like the McGregor era, but I would always see videos of Anderson Silva everywhere.
Mhm.
And he was probably the first thing I knew of
Yep.
UFC.
Front kicking folk in the chin.
Yeah,
and yeah.
that one where yeah.
He was the first like elite striker of the UFC, like the first guy that was just different.
brought the
with it.
level.
Yeah. He was like the first kind of guy that spurred it on,
like the first
before like
Michael
McGregor,
Jordan.
if you know what I mean. It was like
Mhm.
a couple, probably like
Chuck
Chuck
Liddell.
Liddell, like really fucking well. No,
Rampage.
it was that fight between. They always talk about it on the UFC. I think the fight between Forrest Griffin and.
Oh yeah, he just knocked him out with a jab.
Yeah, where they were both just no, it was Forrest Griffin and another guy where they were
Oh.
fighting. It was like blood and fucking thing everywhere, and then that really like kicked. That was at the point they thought the UFC was gonna fail, and they had that fight in it like.
That was the
Joe
ultimate
Rogan
final.
and I talked about that.
That was the tough final.
And
for
they
the
think
first one.
that saved the
Yeah.
UFC, and then after that it was like people like Chuck Liddell, but then like Anderson Silva was the proper like. Woomph, look at this like
Yeah.
elite
Mhm.
level striker that isn't just coming in to like smash people's faces. He's coming in to do all this
And he was
mad
doing all
fancy
this
shit.
fancy stuff as well. He was literally dancing in the middle of the ring
Mhm.
while he was doing it. It was putting
Yeah,
on
and
a
he
show
had
as well.
like really good jiu-jitsu as well on
He was
top
the
of being
first
such an
proper
elite
showman.
striker.
and really good defensive.
Striker.
Yeah, you've said that twice. Striker.
Strickler.
Yeah, his defensive wrestling was lit as well. It was funny how people can never take him down or anything. He was just running. It was just,
Mhm.
Until his fight with Chael Sonnen,
yeah.
in which he got, he was being absolutely pumped, and then just lost. I honestly
For-
couldn't be more gutted.
Pretty much.
It's mental to
5
think
rounds
Chael.
minus 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It's mental to think Chael fought John Jones as well. Like different weight, everything,
Yeah.
and like short notice, and just
Back when
mental.
they were juiced up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's one of my favourite stories from his YouTube, is him telling the story about how he knew instantly
Yeah.
the minute they locked up him and that John Jones was on juice. He's like, because I'm on juice.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I
he said he
know
was
you're
like,
on
I was
juice.
on more juice than Tropicana, and he,
Yeah.
he pushed me around like I was nothing. So as soon as I touched him, he was like, I know your secret because I've got it too. That's quality.
That's quality quote.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to that as well, actually, this Saturday.
Yeah.
That'll be a good watch. That'll be on at stupid time o'clock. Stupid o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
it'll be
3
it'll be
o'clock in the
in
morning.
fucking Vegas as well, so it'll be
3 o'clock it starts, so yeah, you'll
Yeah,
be
main event,
seeing
6 o'clock.
folks
Yeah,
at like
I'll be
6.
watching that Sunday then.
Yeah,
Sunday after work.
I'm working, so
Yeah, night shift.
No, day shift.
So you'll be watching it.
Yeah. No, but I'll be able to bring my laptop to work and watch it there. But
Nice.
yeah. And then the next two were Chandler and then the Volk fight.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, that is a good card. So the main card's a good one to round up. And
Yeah,
there'll be some hidden gems in there in the prelims as well.
Yeah, I mean, I had a wee skim through, and there was a few names I noticed. Who do we have? There's Jim Miller versus Chase Hooper, which Jim Miller just is fighting.
That's a proper. Not what I would have expected. That was going to come with Chase Hooper and Jim Miller. That's mad.
Chase Hooper's been doing really good at lightweight. I think he's actually not lost since he went to lightweight. But yeah, it's 41 versus 25 ages.
Have you seen the video of him when he went to do training with DC doing wrestling?
Chase.
Yeah, Chase Hooper. He went with DC to do some wrestling at his club, and then Chase Hooper was like, he got to the end. Obviously, they were taking the piss, but he was like making comments. He was like, they're just so easy, and he was like running up to the wrestlers, like pulling guards, sweeping them, and then coming up on top of that. Or like one of them, the wrestler took him down, and he just like inverted onto the boy's legs, and then like started trying to leg lock him, and DC's like,
no. He's one of the few fighters I follow on Instagram. He's funny.
Yeah, I like him.
Always tells everybody that he's Thingy's son.
Yeah,
that he's
Ben Askren's
son.
Yeah,
you had the post-fight interview after what do you call him? Fucking knocked him out in
Jorge
Masvidal. Yeah, when you said to him, he was like, "Why did you knock out my dad?" And he was like, "Wait, that's your dad?"
Yeah,
and he was like,
"Yeah."
Oh, brilliant.
Well, on one of the next episodes, I want you to bring up some your top 5 knockouts, and we'll go through each of our own.
Okay.
Top 5, or
Nice.
maybe give me 3. We'll go through each. Top 3 finishes.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a sub or a knockout. Cause
I probably already know what 2 of them are.
well, we'll go for it next week.
Yeah,
we're
I've got one in my
call
head
this
so
one
far.
here. But no, we're going to call this one here. That's another good episode in the books. Was appreciated. I'm looking forward to everything that's coming out with the gym.
Me too.
And,
Yeah.
I'll finish this one off again by saying congratulations to Shannon Taylor when they got
Mhm.
got married at the weekend.
Congrats, Shannon Taylor.
So
Mr. and
We didn't really
Mrs.
go into any stories there.
Donald.
no, but that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. All I wanted to do was mention it and say congratulations.
Yeah,
and we did
good.
that twice. And I feel like my obligation is done.
Done.
But thanks again, everyone, for listening, and thanks for checking out the podcast and leaving your comments and letting us know what's going on. And we will catch you all in the next episode. Take care and peace.
Peace.
Bye bye.